All right, welcome to Cigar Tasting 101 at Santa Barbara Cigar and Tobacco with Derek and Matt.
Hi.
Tonight we're going to be tasting the Camacho Diploma, the re-release of what I like to call a legendary cigar in the cigar business over the last 20 years. Originally, I guess it was about 20 years ago that the cigar was released. I was very fortunate. I got to smoke the cigar before it was ever released to the market when I was on a trip to the Camacho factory in Honduras. I will tell you that cigar was one of the finest cigars I've ever smoked in my life. This cigar, I have smoked it. We're going to rate it tonight, but I have smoked this cigar. It is not anywhere close to the first Diploma. So sorry, Davidoff. It's tough to catch lightning in a bottle twice, and Christian did it, and you haven't. But that being said, I really like this cigar. It's a really good cigar, but it's tough when you've been smoking cigars for a long time. Truly great ones only come around very, or every so often. So let's get started.
I'll be honest with you. I don't think I was even old enough to like cigars when the original one came out. I never had the chance to try the original one. This is going to be the first time a Diploma I've ever had. I've heard a lot about the original one. This is going to be interesting. I mean, you're going to have definitely comparisons to make. I have no comparison to make. So that'd be interesting. First time Diploma, experienced comparison to the original.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And I smoked a lot of those cigars back in the day because I liked it so much, and it was delightful. There was something about that cigar, and this cigar looks a lot like it. The one thing that I noticed right off the bat that cigar had that only a couple of cigars that I've ever smoked have ever had is the nose pre-lit. The tobacco was so floral. It was amazing, and I've only experienced that with a few cigars. One of the other ones is the 888 Maduro by Illusione. Has that floral quality about it, but it's still not as intense as the Diploma was. So let's get started. We're gonna cut these.
Thank you.
With a little Prometheus trimmer there. One of my favorites.
Now this one is the Cutter D, they call it, right?
Yes.
It's a very nice cutter, actually.
Yeah.
Very slim. And
We'll cut any size cigar.
yeah.
Everybody who thinks that you can't cut a 60 ring size cigar with 50 ring size cutter, you're wrong. It actually gives you the perfect cut on a 60 ring size. Just the absolute perfect cut.
And Matt didn't mention this, but pre-light draw, I mean, it's almost an effortless draw, but it's not as if there's no resistance there. There's just a little bit.
Oh yeah, I didn't give you the note of what I might think. The last time I smoked it, I thought it was a little grassy. Not much spice comes through in the pre-light draw.
Something herbal. There's
Definitely
herbal, kind of like a mintiness to it.
Yeah. One thing about this cutter that I don't like, just to tell you, is that the edges are sharp on it, and if you carry it in your pocket, you don't want to carry anything that could be scratched in it with you, because it will cut it out.
initial light, there's a lot of spice on the nose.
Definitely a lot of spice hits you right off the bat.
How does that compare with the original Diploma?
The original Diploma was very spicy. There was a lot of spice, but this cigar, there's a little bit of an acrid quality about it, with the spice that's coming through. The first cigar didn't have that, but we're not talking. Let's stop talking about that cigar because we're never gonna. It's not a fair comparison. This was brought out to be the same thing, and I'm going to tell you it's not. So let's just rate this cigar on its own merits.
Okay.
But in the past, since I've smoked this cigar quite a bit since it's come back, the first quarter inch or so, there's just a bit of an acrid quality, I would call it, that comes through with the spice, and it's not particularly pleasant, but it goes away pretty quickly, and it really gets down to the business of being a really enjoyable cigar pretty quickly, at least in my previous experience.
Okay. So why don't we smoke these down for a little bit and then catch up with them when we get maybe past that first inch or so?
Yeah, sounds good.
See you guys in a bit.
We are back. We are about an inch in to the Camacho Diploma 2018. And that bitterness that I was talking about is gone. And it's turning into a really pleasant smoke at this point.
On the nose, too, a lot of that spice that was there when I just lit mine up it's not as intense as it was earlier. It's definitely smoothed out a little bit.
Very mellow on the retrohale. The cigar is nicely built, nice and firm, but it draws like a dream. A little funky on the burn, if you will, but nothing that I would overly complain about.
Yeah, it's not like it's running on one side or anything.
No.
It's a little wavy, but I mean, it seems to correct itself every so often.
Yeah. Definitely a creamy quality on the palate.
I get kind of a dark roasted coffee, like it's almost like drinking an espresso on the back. A little bit of spice on there.
Yeah, definitely a coffee note there.
And see, there was a waviness to that burn, and I just took one draw on it, and it kind of corrected itself. I don't know if I can point that up to the camera.
Yeah.
You can see it's almost dead straight now.
Yeah, that's looking good. Beautiful white ash.
Yeah.
The band is a little flashy, like Camacho. All the Camachos nowadays. It used to be the band was very tatuaje-esque, if you will. It was just a brown band, a small band that said Diploma on it. So it's definitely got the repackaging of the 2018 Camachos, real shiny. The box itself is magnificent. It's probably one of the finest packaged cigars I've ever seen. And when we come back at the half, we'll show you what that looks like. And until then, I guess we'll.
And one of the things I wanted to, I just noticed right now, it's kind of strange. For anybody who likes to look at the cigar or look at the cigar band while you're smoking it, you might get a little irritated if you hold it in your left hand, because at this point, the label's upside down. I don't know if you even noticed that.
Mm-hmm. I'm a right-hand smoker, so
It's weird. I'm right-handed, but I always generally hold the cigar in my left hand, and that was one of the things I noticed right now. I have to flip the cigar around and actually see the band.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what is that? 1962, or is that? You notice that?
I can't read it without my glasses, Derek. To be honest with you, 62. I'm guessing, and I'm not 100% positive, but I imagine that's when Camacho Cigars was probably started, or
Okay.
because I know Christian's younger than that.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's when his dad set up shop in Honduras
Okay.
and got things underway.
Yeah, I mean, you see that every time as the cigar starts to burn, it gets a little wavy. You take one draw on it, and it starts to correct it. The burn corrects itself.
Yeah, and I've just brushed off my first bit of ash, and yeah, it's pretty even. Pretty even. I would never even correct a burn like that myself.
Right. Neither would I. All right, so we will smoke this down a little more. We'll catch them at about the halfway point, maybe a little past. All right, see you guys in a little bit.
All right, we are back at the halfway point with the Camacho Diploma 2018. And as you can see in front of us, we have the packaging, the box, and
This thing has one of the coolest designs. It's a very flashy type of box. Pop the lid off here. Put that down.
each cigar is individually coffined in this triangular purple coffin box. And by the way, this is really, really good at this point.
I agree. It's definitely opened up.
Still getting good spice through it. Holding a beautiful ash. Very good amount of smoke. Really, really full mouth full of smoke when you draw it.
Now you even mentioned spice, but it's still a very smooth, easy smoking cigar.
Yeah.
There's no harshness on it.
No, not at all. Not at all. Box opens up and the packaging is just great. Just great. I rarely get excited about opening a box of cigars anymore. And right now, it's like when I heard that this cigar was coming back out and was supposed to be anywhere close to what the old cigar was, I was like a kid on Christmas morning. And when I opened there's an outer box to the inner box, I was like, just like a kid on Christmas morning. I was so excited. And when I saw what kind of packaging they came out with, it's another level. The cigars back 20 years ago was almost a joke to try and get the cigars out of the box. It was a pyramid box, but it had just one cigar width to get the cigars out of, and you had to like pry them and jiggle them to get the cigars out. This is a vast improvement on packaging. This is one of the most beautiful packaged cigars you'll ever see, and it's smoking very nicely right now.
That's definitely where you can hand it to Davidoff when he did the repackaging thing, right?
They do a great job, and for a luxury product like this, that's, I hate to say it, $26 per cigar, which is high. It looks like a $26 cigar, though. It really does.
I'll say it definitely smokes like one.
Yeah, I'd rather see it be somewhere around the $18 to $20 range, so that more people could find their way to experiencing it. I think when a cigar gets above $20, I think that's a little excessive in my view. But it's a really good cigar, and I hope people will try it at least once. Treat yourself to it at least once. As we're smoking this cigar and enjoying it, and coming to you on this vlog, I think that the vlog will be a little bit more than just cigars. Maybe we'll talk about a little music. Maybe we'll talk about stuff that interests us, like accessories to cigars. Maybe some wine. I might bring that into it now and then. I might bring in my love of boots. I have a passion for boots, so we might talk about that too.
Yeah,
Derek likes
definitely.
to wear boots.
Definitely.
I don't think we'll be pigeonholed into. We'll be mostly about cigars, but we're not just about cigars. So
yeah, and this is actually where I need to apologize to any viewers out there. It's been how long? 4 years since we posted our last video, something like that.
Yeah,
we had a little bit of. I had technical malfunctions go on. We had, time was not easy to get a hold of.
Lazy.
Yeah, laziness played a big factor in it.
Yeah.
But we got the camera. We're gonna set aside a little bit of time every now and then. We'll be able to present you guys with some
tell
kind
you
of
what
content.
we had to eat beforehand. We had a wonderful Chinese dinner just before smoking this cigar, and it's a nice compliment. So we'll come back, just touch a little bit on the finish.
On the finish, yeah.
And we'll be back in just a minute.
Okay. See you guys in a bit.
Coming off a little AC/DC there. Enjoying the last moments of the Camacho Diploma. What do you think, D?
I have to say this last part is nice. Something floral opened up on it through that last third of it. Mm-hmm. There's a sweetness on there that wasn't there earlier.
Yeah. Yep. It really developed nicely, and it's finishing really nicely. Getting a little hot.
Yeah. But it's like not too much. I feel like you want to just keep smoking it.
Yeah. Yeah. Overall, very pleased with the cigar. I think Davidoff did a great job, and I'm glad they did. Glad they brought the Diploma back, and I'm going to smoke as many as I can while they last.
Yeah. I think it's safe to say that they're probably running out of this particular batch.
Yeah.
And they're gonna. I was reading that was it for this year, and they're gonna try to do it, bring it back next year with another limited release.
We shall see. We shall see. I've heard that before. They've. I don't want to beat up on them, but the Liberty was a fantastic cigar until it wasn't, and then it was pretty disappointing. So don't do what you did to the Liberty. Make sure you keep the batches small and eye on the prize, which is making a great cigar.
I agree with that.
And so we'll see you next time at Santa Barbara Cigar and Tobacco's cigar vlog. Next time we'll bring you, I think we'll bring you, well, we'll surprise you.
Make it a surprise, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And don't forget, you can also follow us on Facebook, Santa Barbara Cigar and Tobacco, as well as SB Cigar on Instagram, which I'll put into the description below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications if you want to keep up with us. We'll catch you on the next one. Thank you.